doing, guys? Right? Yeah, just to follow up on my last video, we're collecting debts. I've had a little bit of success. Just phoning up people that works to some sort of degree. It doesn't work with everybody, but it does work. I think out of the bit of debt that I had, I managed to get around 20, 25. Yeah, at least 25% by just saying, hi, give me some money, you owe me. It's a bit slightly overdue. That works, getting money back. And with Lloyd's TSB factoring service, they're putting some of the invoices that I have currently with like a debt agency, so they're going to help me out that way. The Courier Exchange has been in touch with me to say the invoices that have not been paid on time, or are late, overdue, kind of thing. So if it's gone past 60 days and you've got your invoices on 30 days, so you've got to pay on the second month, and it's run over into the third month, and you've still not had any correspondence, no money in your piggy bank, all that kind of stuff, you can get your invoice numbers. It's going to be a little bit, this is like another job you're going to have to do. But you're going to have to stay on top of it once a month. In the beginning, because I was new, I didn't really stay on top of stuff like that. But for the newbies and for the seasoned ones are probably already doing this on a regular basis. The newbies, you need to be doing this. If invoices are not being paid on time, you need to be getting the actual invoice and on your accounts on the Courier Exchange, print them off. Well, actually, no, you don't need to print them off. All you have to do is write the Courier Exchange an email. There will be somebody to contact at the Courier Exchange to do this. And basically you send them the invoice numbers of the job. And they will do a little bit of a follow-up on the actual company. Because if the company is carrying on sending out jobs and not paying for their invoices, well, this is where the Courier Exchange could be a little bit better, and I think there could be something better in place. In place, more regulated. So people post jobs, and so they have they paid on time? Was it quick payment? Was it swift? Did they pay before the payment date? Did they pay after the payment date? How long late were they? That kind of stuff. Did they pay at all? Was there a discrepancy with the actual invoice? I think they have got something in place. Could it be better? Probably. Maybe courier companies maybe should pay through the actual Courier Exchange. Send money to them, and then the Courier Exchange sends the money over to that way. Then the bill's got to get paid through the system. And if they're not paying through this system, then why are they still posting jobs on the system? Something like that maybe might work. I'm not sure. People might be just happy how they've got it at the moment. I mean, I've got local businesses that look after me. A few local businesses that I do courier work for, and I usually give them the invoice. Say if it was the Wednesday, I'm not kidding you, it's in my back piggy bank on the Thursday. That's the type of courier work that you want to be doing, not this 30 days, 60 days, waiting forever to get your money. If you build up rapport with some of your local businesses, yeah, they'll pay you at the end of the week. I'm not kidding you. If you're really friendly with them and you look after them, they'll pay you the next day. I've even had somebody actually pay me on the same day. I'm like thinking, why is he not like that on the Courier Exchange? Why does it take forever? I mean, it's a license to print money for the guys that are not paying the bills on time. I mean, it's an awful lot of credit that you have to fork out if they're not paying you on time. Yeah, staying on top of the good ones is good to give them. Make sure you do business with the good ones all the time. They're got to be your local businesses. Look after them. Your Courier Exchange is going to be like your little bonus. If you're living on the Courier Exchange, I did it for a little while, and that is probably where I messed up a little bit, because I relied too much on the Courier Exchange. Your local businesses, that's your cream. That is what your cream is. The Courier Exchange is going to be a bonus. But to stay on top of the bad ones, you just need to let Courier Exchange know which invoices have not been paid on time. If it's gone over to 60 days, you need to report in the invoices. And I would imagine there's a few people that I've already spoken to in the same boat as me. But I'm no longer playing on the Courier Exchange. I'm doing. I've got into other things. I still have my van. Still sitting pretty outside my house. Just got onto other games. More with doing removals. Not everybody can do removals because honestly you got to be fairly fit to do removals. Don't get me wrong. I have already made experience of going to the chiropractor and going to the physio. Some boxes are quite heavy, some tables are quite heavy, some couches are ridiculously heavy, especially those recline couches. I don't know if anybody out there has made experience, but yeah. I've decided to go into more of the physical game. It's more local. It's literally on my doorstep. There's hardly any mileage on my van. Whereas before, I was literally killing my van when I was just doing the courier work. But now I sort of like jumped onto doing other things. I've even done a little bit of fencing. I already know that January is a very quiet time to be on the Courier Exchange, and obviously, guys, it's going to probably pick up as businesses start getting more busier. But you have a van. There are other things you can do with a van. Taking stuff from A to B, advertise on Facebook Marketplace, and start there, offering like little services. I have done a little bit of odd services as well. There's many things you can do if you've got hotels in the area. If you've got businesses in the area, it's not just about just doing courier work. There's things that you can take from A to B. You can offer a service and help. You can even help shops out. They need to go to cash and carry all the time. Say, listen, I've got a van. I'll take the burden off you from doing this and start doing other things. Sell things. That's another good thing. Buying and selling furniture. Buy very cheap, sell at a decent price. But obviously you need some storage for that. Anyway, just put it out there. There's other things you can do. You don't have to just rely on one thing. People have been saying to me, they've been doing multi-drop jobs on what they could do. I'm like thinking, well, you can go deliver a couch or a wardrobe for like £35 a drop. And they're like, where do I get that from? I'm like thinking, you can just advertise. Say you can do it. Too many people relying on just one thing, and there are many other things you can do. Anyway, that's my post for today, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. I don't make as many posts as I used to because I'm not living on the, I've more or less dissected the Courier game inside and out. Tried to do it the best way I knew. Just decided the odd Courier game is okay, but honestly, the full-time Courier game, I like being around people, and I found living in my van 24/7 not healthy, and I was actually missing being around people. It was a half decent money earner. I must admit, you can earn a decent amount of money if you're willing to make the sacrifices. But you have to stay on top of the bad ones. There's plenty of good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but you have to stay on top of the bad ones as well. There are things that you can do in place. Somebody asked me to like name and shame. I don't see. There's no point in going around and naming and shaming. There's no point in getting angry. There are things in place to help people when they've got a problem. You just need to make the right complaint to the right person, and then they can offer you help. People have been asking me how I've been getting help doing other things while jumping on other things. I've just said, just motivated. I'm just hungry. Don't settle for one thing. If you settle for one thing, put all your eggs in one basket. No, it's no good. It's no good. You need to have other things to fall back on. If that's not working, you can do this. If that's not working, you can do this. That's how you should be thinking. I think I've just had a good teacher. All right, cheers, guys. I'll catch you later.